My girlfriend and I rented a room in Southwest Oregon a couple of months ago. It's beautiful, and we loved it immediately. We have such a beautiful view of everything. But here's where I'm starting the story. So, we were moving stuff out, and we found a framed newspaper article of an old couple that had their 60th anniversary. We also found a picture of a man's wife in the obituary section. We looked at each other with sad expressions, and you know girls, she started crying. I just held her until she stopped, and then after she stopped, we set up our bed in the master bedroom and went to sleep. When I woke up, my girlfriend wasn't in bed, and I heard noises from downstairs, so I figured it was her. But then I realized something. She was at her sister's today, helping her with her baby. So I crept downstairs and heard a moaning-like sound. When I looked from the stairs, I think I saw something move. The moaning stopped, but when I looked at what was sprawled on the room floor, I was shocked. It was those old newspaper articles that my girlfriend and I found. But there were different papers there, and they were yellowed with age. I started to read the ones that I hadn't seen yet, and I found hospital bills with a female patient's name on them. The paper said that the patient was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. I sat there for a second, and all of a sudden I got really upset. I almost cried. A half hour later, my girlfriend came home. I didn't tell her what I'd found or what I'd read. I'd already picked it up and put it away. It was about 2:30 in the afternoon, so we just went into town. When we got home that night and we got settled into bed, my girlfriend kept stalling going to sleep, but eventually we did. When I woke up, it was around 4:30 a.m, and I heard a moaning noise and walked downstairs. I got that really weird feeling where I was upset and felt like crying again. Then I heard the moaning again. Then I saw a man, white as paper and translucent. I looked at him and he looked right back. He was crying, and I could tell he was in pain. After that, I didn't hear any noises. The old papers weren't out except for one day after work where I found one by the window in our room. I thank God my girlfriend wasn't home. She would have flipped. A couple of days then passed, and I awoke to my girlfriend yelling my name. When I asked her what was wrong, she said she heard someone. I immediately knew what she was talking about, but I didn't tell her. I acted oblivious and went downstairs, half checked and went back upstairs. I told her I didn't know. She heard it the next night, and when I woke up, she told me that she was staying at her sister's until I found out what the noise was. I missed her so much. I was so sad that I put a chair by the window to look at the stars and the moon. I went to bed after I had a lonely dinner. I woke up at 11 p.m, and I heard crying, but it was closer. I looked up and saw the man sitting in the chair with the moonlight gleaming on his already paper-white face. He was sobbing, and I got out of bed and walked over to him, put my hand on his shoulder, and cried with him for about 10 minutes. All of a sudden, he looked up at me and smiled, and said, "Thank you." Then he was gone forever. The next day, I told my girlfriend that I found a cat in the attic and set it free. She believed me, and after that, we never heard anything ever again.
Thanks for sticking around to the end. And if you enjoyed today's story, make sure to leave a like. And if you want more like it, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a story. If you need more now, why not check out my Creepypasta playlist? I'll leave that on this card, and I'll catch you in the next story.